press the record button. Okay. So welcome everyone. This is part of the Virtual Fair Bootcamp series. And today's topic is what the fair is actually going to look like, and also the importance of researching companies. My name is Damien Lay, and I am the Employer Connection Specialist for the Career Development Center. So my main job is to make sure that employers, companies, and organizations are hiring our students, hiring Fresno State students. And I am one of the people in charge of running career fairs. So this is kind of my forte, as you will. So I will give you a little bit of an insight into what the virtual fairs are going to look like. So, of course, this is new to everyone. We've never done a virtual job fair before, and I think when COVID started in March, we never imagined that things are going to be this way. But we have to learn, and we have to adapt, and we have to adjust, and here we are. So we are doing virtual fairs. And so what is it going to look like? And I'll get to that in a minute. But before we get to that, I wanted to highlight why you should be going to a job and internship fair. You guys filled out the poll before you joined us, and we have about 30% of today's attendees are freshmen and sophomores. Some people might be thinking, why should freshmen and sophomore attend a job fair? I'm not nowhere near when I should be looking for a job yet. I think being a freshman and a sophomore, it's important for you to come to job fairs. One reason is it gets you familiar with what job fairs are like. Have you thought about what are you going to say when you meet an employer? And being a freshman and sophomore, this is a great time for you to practice that. And it's not like the employers are going to be like, oh, she's not ready, and they're going to mark your name down and have your name down for the next 4 years and make sure that you don't get a job with that company. It doesn't really work that way. But it's a great chance for you to practice what the fair is going to be like. And then also another great reason for you to be going to job fairs is so that you start to network with different companies. You get to know what companies are out there, and also you get to know what opportunities are available. The more you learn about what opportunities are available, the more you know what you want to do in the future. And this is a great way for you to ask questions, a great way for you to, get to know the companies and get to know what's out there. And who knows, maybe you will land an internship even as a freshman or a sophomore. And many companies are looking for sophomores to do internships as well. So those are some great reasons for you. And for juniors and seniors, of course, you want to participate in the fair because you are looking for a job. You're actively looking for that internship, and you're actively looking for that job for when you graduate. So of course, it's a great, that's the great reason for you to attend career fairs. So how are the fairs going to work? Before we go into that, I want to kind of highlight the 3 different fairs that we're going to be having. So the first one is next Tuesday, actually. So we're only a little bit less than a week away, and it's called the STEAM Job and Internship Fair. So it features organizations hiring in science and math, in technology, in engineering, in agriculture, and manufacturing. And one thing to keep in mind is that for this job fair, even if you're not a STEAM major or a major that's in any of these STEAM industries, know that companies hire many, many, many different majors. So for example, one of the companies that are coming to the STEAM fair is the Wonderful Company. They actually hire kines majors. They hire teachers. They hire graphic designers. They hire many different majors outside of just science and math, technology, agriculture, etc. So even if you are not a STEAM related major, I think it's great for you to come and to meet some of the representatives and ask questions and see what's out there and what's available for you. And then after that, we're going to have a health, human, and public service fair. So this will be some of the police departments, a lot of social work positions, even some nursing positions. And again, this is welcome to all students, and that will be on Thursday. And then the last one that we will have, and this one is sponsored by Consolidated Electrical Distributors, CED, and it's going to be the business, media, and then also the creative careers. And then as we talk a little bit more throughout this webinar, you'll be able to actually see the different companies that are coming, and we'll talk about how to research and see what positions they are recruiting for. And so now let's get into a little bit of the details. In the poll that you guys took, it says, do you have a higher Fresno State account? About 70% of you said yes, and then 8% said no, and then 23% said not sure. So Hire Fresno State is actually where it's an online job portal, and it's where all of the employers are specifically recruiting for Fresno State students. They want to hire you. They want to hire our students. So it's a great place for you to go, even if you're not planning on attending the job fair. So the easiest way for you to get to Hire Fresno State, your Hire Fresno State account, is actually through your My Fresno State portal. And recently there's been some changes, so I wanted to highlight this part. So if you are in your My Fresno State portal, you can click on the My homepage drop-down menu, and then this is what you'll see. And then you can click on Campus Systems. Make sure you click on Campus Systems. And then you will see the Hire Fresno State tile. And when you click on that, you can sign up for an account, or if you already have an account, it will take you directly to your Hire Fresno State dashboard. So I want to kind of make this a little bit more interactive. If you have any questions that you have, make sure you type it into the chat, and then I'll try and answer it live and answer any questions that you have. And also, if you don't have a Hire Fresno State account, I encourage you to do that now as this webinar is going on. And just go to your My Fresno State portal and then click on the Hire Fresno State tile and sign up for an account. And once you've signed up for an account, when you click on the tile, this is what it will take you. This is Mary Willis, one of our internship coordinators at the Career Development Center. This is her test account as a student. So as a student, this is the view that you will have. And then as you can see, this is the place where all the jobs, the new jobs that are listed here. And also there are some event calendars and different things like that. But today what I want to highlight is, of course, the job fair. So on the left-hand side here, you can click on events. If you have a Hire Fresno State account, I encourage you to kind of do this with me. So go ahead and log in to your Hire Fresno State account, and then kind of walk through this. So that I think this is the best way for you to figure out how everything is going to work. So once you click on account here on the left-hand side, then you click on company events. And then this is what you're going to see. So when you scroll down, you'll see all these different booths. So these are all already set up for the STEAM fair, the science and engineering and ag fair. So you can see, when you scroll down, you'll see all the booths. So imagine this is kind of like the Safe Mart Center, but this is online. And instead of just being on the day of the fair, this is going on throughout the whole week. So you can see all these different companies. So there's Kiewit, there's Peace Corps, Cargill, there's Smithfield Foods, et cetera, et cetera. And you can scroll down. We have more than 40 employers signed up for the STEAM fair. So if you just keep scrolling down, you'll see more and more different booths. One thing I want to highlight too is sometimes you will have a different view, and then this is how you change the view. So right now, this is a list view of all the different booths there are. And then if you click on this tile here, it will give you this calendar view. So you see all of the different booths that are coming. And then as of this morning, we also have the, let me keep scrolling down. We also have the Health and Human and Public Service Fair booths all set up. So that just went live this morning. And then at the end of this week, probably early next week, we will also have the Business, Media, and Creative Job and Internship Fair booths set up as well. So now let's take a look at what the fair will look like on the day of the fair. So if you, or even if you want to pre-sign up for a slot. So let's click on one of these booths. Let's do Cargill, for example. When you click on the booth, so this is what you'll see. On top here is a resume section. This is where you can upload your resume and for the company representatives to see. And then after you upload your resume, this is optional, by the way, so you don't have to upload your resume if you don't have one, or if you have one, you can upload it if you want. And if you scroll down, then you'll see this section where it says pick a time. So what it is there are 10-minute time slots for you to sign up to visit a booth. And you can see here there is the sign up button. This is showing what's available right now. And then if you click on this, you can see all of the booths. So as you can see here right now already, someone has signed up for the 10 after 10 time slot. So this is not available for you to sign up. But if you click on the show all the available, so this is all the available times that they have. So as you can see, it's 10-minute time slots, and you will have that 10 minutes to visit the company booth, and then you will see a company representative and you can ask your questions. And then if you scroll all the way down past all of the available time slots, you'll see here some company information. So this is the information that the company has entered in when they registered for our fair. So there's a brief description and also different positions that they are applying for. So here you can see they're looking for engineers, they're looking for interns, they're looking for reliability engineers, food quality, food safety, etc., operations intern. So again, this highlights at Cargill, yes, it's an agriculture company, but they're also hiring engineering, they're hiring operations interns, so that's probably even a business major could qualify. So they're looking for a wide range of students, not just for ag or engineering. Also keep in mind that these positions that they're listed here are not all of the positions that they have available. So make sure when you go into the booth, ask questions, ask what they have available now, what they will have available maybe in the future, and what are some things that you can look for in your field of study. So those are some good things to remember. And then if you scroll down here, you can see the company's website, a link for a company website, and then also a primary contact person, which they haven't listed yet. So this is what your virtual booth will look like. So now actually let's go into the day of the fair, what it's going to look like. So I set up here a sample virtual booth. So we can do that right now and see what it looks like. So let's pick a time. So you can see this is set up for today. And also just like how all the other fair booths are, 10-minute time slots starting at 10, between 10 to 3 p.m. And this is not available to sign up because the time has already passed. So if you didn't sign up for a booth ahead of time, you can also drop in on the day of the fair. Let's say you have half an hour between classes and you just want to talk to some company representatives. So on the day of, you can click on the booth that you want to visit, and you can scroll down. Right now is 12:17, so you can see this booth is available from 12:10 to 12:20. So you click on sign up, and then it says sign up is successful. You click OK, and then you'll see this button here where it says start video call. So you click on that, and then a new screen will pop up. So hold on a second, let me share that new screen that popped up. So then this is the screen that you will see. Again, I'm in Mary Willis's test account, so this is what you'll see. Down here, you'll see a series of buttons. You can turn on your camera. So now you see me. And then right below where the camera is where the company representative's camera image will show up. You can also mute yourself, make yourself talk, let yourself talk. You can share, do a screen share. That's what this button is for. And then also a chat button. So in case your audio doesn't work or something, you can type in what you want to say. And then right next to that, you also see a clock that's counting down. Usually, when you first start, the clock should be green and it counts down your 10-minute time slot. So right now we only have a minute left in this time slot because it's 12:19 and it's almost finished with the 12:10 to 12:20 time slot. But it's okay, it won't kick you out, but it's just something that helps you keep in mind that your time slot is counting down. And then when you're done talking, asking your questions, then you can hang up and you can click on this hang up button here. So we'll go ahead and hang up and then go back to my other screen share. So that's how the fair is going to work. So let's pause here for a moment and let's answer any questions that you have. If you have any questions, please type it into the chat. And let's also have like an activity time. So if you have a Higher Fresno State account, let's take a minute and sign in and actually see what it's like and pick a slot. Pick a company that you're interested in and sign up for a 10-minute slot. One thing that I can show you also, so for example here, we'll go back to the sample virtual booth. You can sign up for a slot. And then if you decide later on that this is not a good time, you can drop your time. So you can drop the time. And then it will go back to being available for other students to sign up. Okay, I don't see any questions so far, so we'll keep moving on to the next section of our presentation, our webinar today. But if you have any questions, you can always ask in the chat box, or you can contact the Career Center. I'll give you the information in a little bit. Okay, so this is what the virtual fair is going to look like. It's different, I know, but one thing that you can kind of think about that this is an advantage is that when we had the fairs at the Safe Mart Center, you had to wait in line. You have to remember those security booths that we used to have for entering into the Safe Mart Center. You don't have to go through any of that. This is at your time, whenever you are available during the 10 to 3 time frame, and you can sign up for a 10 to 3, a 10-minute time slot. In between class, you can sign up for it during your lunchtime, your lunch hour, or something like that. So this is definitely, you can think of it as an advantage. Maybe some of you are thinking, okay, I have no idea what I'm going to say or what I'm going to ask during the 10-minute time slot that I have. We have a great webinar tomorrow, so make sure you tune into that. We're going to have a seasoned company recruiter. So she used to recruit for Enterprise, the rental car company, and she has attended many of our past job fairs in person, and she's going to give us some tips on how to prepare for that 10 minutes. What are some things that recruiters are looking for? What are some questions that you should be asking? So make sure you tune in to tomorrow's webinar. Also, if you want someone to look at your resume, make sure you stop by our virtual career cafe, or you can also watch our virtual fair bootcamp resume webinar, and that's on our YouTube channel, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to company research. So first question that we have is, why should we research the companies? I think that's a really important part of your job search process. So for example, if you are interested in, let's say, Cargill, we've used Cargill as an example, and you sign up for a 10-minute time slot, and you don't want to kind of just go in there and be like, okay, tell me about Cargill. I don't know anything about Cargill. Can you tell me what Cargill is about? That will not help you stand out in front of all of the different students that are attending the job fair. So you want to, and you don't want to waste this 10-minute time slot as well. You want to ask relevant questions that will help you land a job in the future. You want to talk about things that will help you stand out, make an impression on the recruiters that are talking to all the different candidates. So researching is very important. It also shows that you are excited about working for the company, or it shows that you have the commitment, you took the time into learning about the company before you talk to them. It also shows that you've done your homework, you have good work ethic, you're ready to put in the work even before talking to the company representatives. And I think another very important part is it helps you ask thoughtful questions. We don't want to ask any questions that you can find the answer to on a Google search, but you want to ask thoughtful questions that can help you to see if this organization is a good fit for you, and also it's a good way for you to stand out among all of the different candidates and all that different applicants. So let's look at some ways that we can do research. Of course, you can do it through Hire Fresno State, and one way that you can do that is if you go back to your dashboard here on your Hire Fresno State account, and you can look at all the jobs here. You can also do the job search feature here, and then type in keywords. So let's go take that Cargill as an example again. So you type in here Cargill, and then you search, and then you can see there are 11 jobs that are posted that is by Cargill. And they have all of their job postings here. These are all the different positions that they have available. And when you click on them, you see more information about what they're looking for the specific job. So if you're interested in a food safety internship, you can go into the virtual job fair booth prepared, because you have already seen, I am interested in this internship. I see this information that's there. and I have some specific question about, you know, what I see here. So it shows that you have done your homework, you know what you're talking about, and you know what you're looking for. So I think that this is one way that you can look. Also, another thing is I always suggest students to do is look directly on their website. You can just do a really simple Google search. Again, we're using Cargill. So cargill.com, and then you see here, there's just all this information about the organization. You can learn about what's important to this company. You can also learn about what kind of careers that they have. You can do a job search, or you can say, you can even see, you know, you are looking for something specific, but then they don't have it listed available right now. You can ask them, do you think that there will be this kind of opening in the future? So yeah, that's one thing that you can do. You can look at their website. It's probably the best place for you to look. Sometimes students look for jobs on things like LinkedIn or Glassdoor or different things like that. But I always suggest you go back directly to their website, because this is where you will find the most current information. So I mentioned LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also another place where you can research companies. I think one neat and unique thing about LinkedIn, it's kind of like a networking site. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, then you can make one and you can connect with different people. I just see that there's a question, will tomorrow's session be recorded? Yes, tomorrow's session will be recorded as well, and they will all be up on the YouTube channel. And today's webinar is also being recorded right now, and it will be on YouTube. So one thing for LinkedIn, you can do, so for example, you're ready to, you signed up for a 10-minute time slot for LinkedIn, and you want to kind of talk to people about it. So you can see here's a list of 53,000 people that works at Cargill. And one thing that you can do actually is through the people section here, and then you can search here, search by, so these are the 53,000 profiles. You can search Fresno State. And you'll see there are 55 employees from Cargill that are related to, have some relations to do with Fresno State. So they probably graduated from Fresno State. And LinkedIn is here for you to do this. Don't be shy, and you can just connect with anyone. Say, you know, this person is working in production supervisor, and I'm interested in something similar. Click on connect, add a note, and say, hi, I am a Fresno State student. I see that you have graduated from Fresno State and you're working at Cargill. Can I ask you some questions? After you click that in, click on that, type that in, and then you can click on done. And if they respond to you, they respond to you. And if they don't, they don't. So that totally doesn't hurt. I think you will be surprised. Actually, most of the time, people are willing to answer questions. Most of the time, people are willing to connect, and that is why they are on LinkedIn. So this is a great way for you to get some connection, get some feedback, talk to some people about Cargill to kind of gain more knowledge about the company. Another thing that I want to highlight is Glassdoor. Now, Glassdoor is also another job search engine. You can search for jobs, but also it doubles as, it's kind of like, it could be a Yelp of companies for employers, for different companies. So you can see here there are, this is Glassdoor.com. So I entered in here on the search bar, Cargill, and then the company, I click search, and this is the page that I came up with. And you can see there are 3,600 reviews. So these are people who work at Cargill, and they have put in a review. So right now you see a review of 3.9 stars out of 5, which is actually really, really good, because people often have lots to complain about. And here you can see a list of pros and cons that they kind of have summarized. And this is where it's where you can kind of use to generate thoughtful questions. Like, so for example, here you see a con here that 70 reviewers said long hours during the week. And so that could be one of the questions that you ask a recruiter at the job fair. I heard some feedback that people working at Cargill say it's really long hours. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can you tell me a little bit more about what the day is like? What does a long hour day look like? So it kind of helps you think about questions to ask. So also another thing is there are people who put in their experience when they have interviewed with Cargill's at Cargill. So you can kind of look, I applied online, and these are the questions that they have asked, and that's another way for you to kind of prepare for that as well. So this is also useful for later on, especially for juniors and seniors when you are preparing for actual interviews, and you can even compare salaries, etc. So you can, so you can use this as a way for you to research how to prepare for your interview, and also when you have gotten the job offer, how you should negotiate for your salary, etc., etc. So just another couple more things to show you really quickly. You can also look on social media. Right now, social media, especially for companies, is very popular. It's an especially nice place for you to find out the culture, find out what's important to the companies. So you can figure out most current things that's happening at the company. And so you know about what's going on. And this is their Cargill's Instagram webpage, and you can kind of go through and see, what they're doing, and also what opportunities they have, and what's important to them. Another thing I just kind of want to briefly mention too is you can look on Google if you type in Cargill and then you click on the news part. And then you see some of the headline news, things that are happening with the company. This is, again, another way for you to get some more knowledge. It's some way for you to get to know the company a little bit more, and also a way for you to formulate and ask intelligent questions about the company that you want to work for. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of questions, so let's pause now and answer some questions. Someone asked, what is the YouTube channel? Can you place the link in the box? So here is the Career Center's website. It's fresnostate.edu/, you can just type in /careers and it will take you to this to this website directly, or you can type in the whole thing, fresnostate.edu student affairs /careers. And then right here, there's the YouTube channel. So I'll just copy the link and then I'll paste it in the chat box. And if you go into the YouTube channel, open it in the new, you can click on playlists, and then you will see the job fair bootcamp series that we have. So after today's webinar. We'll upload today's webinar on here that's being recorded right now, and also tomorrow's webinar. If you can't attend, this is where it will be as well. And then also in the home page, I can show you, this is a little video, a recap of what I just went through the first half of today's webinar on how to sign up for the fair. Oh, I didn't press enter on the chat. So now you see in the chat box, you have the direct link to our YouTube channel. On the Q&A, there's also a couple questions. If a company has multiple representatives, is there a booth for each representative? So let's go back to Higher Fresno State. Give me a second. Here, okay. So let's go back to the events and the company events. And then here you see all the different booths. So to the short answer is yes. Some of the companies will have multiple representatives, and it depends on what they prefer. So for example, I know for sure Cargill is going to have 2 representatives, and both of them will be in the same booth. So when you sign up for a booth, a time slot to visit their booth, in that video box, you will actually have 2 people. You will be chatting with 2 other different people. And the reason that they're doing that is because they have 2 different representatives with different expertise. So so I think what's going to happen is one representatives come from the engineering side, and then one representative comes from the more ag side. And so in case you have questions about the different sides, they can answer those questions. And then if we go back to the other page, so what I can also show you is that there is another company, and this is the only company so far, they wanted to have multiple booths. So and that company is the Wonderful Company. So I think they are hoping to have a lot more students visit them. So you'll see here I've set up different booths for them. So this is the Wonderful Company booth 1, and then Wonderful Company booth 2, and Wonderful Company booth 3. So if you on the day of the fair, you will see during the live time, you'll see that the status is right now it's available, but maybe if this booth has someone already in it, has a student already in it, this status will say unavailable. But you still want to visit with the Wonderful Company. So then you scroll down here, and then you see their other booth maybe is available, and then you can hop in and join that booth, the second booth that they have. Another question we have is that their Higher Fresno State is really different from the example. That I'm not quite sure how to address that right now. Let me put in my email address on the chat box. So I put in my email address. So for that student, if you can email me, we can try and figure out why your Higher Fresno State looks completely different from what we are seeing here. Okay, so let's do something a little bit more interactive. So for those of you who are right now on your Higher Fresno State account and you are looking at the different booths, why don't you type in, any one of you, type in a company that you are interested in, and let's do some research right now together. So type in the chat box a company that you are interested in, and then we'll do some research. Okay, someone put in Caltrans. So yeah, let's look at Caltrans. So if you look at the booth here, click on the booth and then you go all the way down, then you'll see some company description and then also positions that they are recruiting for. They're looking for a transportation surveyor and then also environmental planner. So again, this kind of highlights, okay, so they are looking for someone from the College of Engineering, probably someone that has civil engineering or um, I think it's geothermal, geo something engineering. But then also they're looking for environmental planners. So then an environmental scientist or a biology major could apply for these positions. They have a direct link here to the organization website, and then we can go to that. And then you can find more information here. And then work with Caltrans and look at job opportunities. And then you can see all the different information here, examinations, recruitment, vacancies that they have. And Caltrans, because it's a state government organization, you do have to take examinations to qualify for some of their positions. So this is some good things to note. You know, for the position that you are interested in, what kind of exams are required. And then you can also look at their vacancies and look at current Caltrans job. And then you can, once it's loaded, you can use the different search function, and then you can ask questions to the recruiter. So for example, here, they're looking for an accounting analyst. So this is someone in the College of Business. They would be qualified for this position. You can go into the booth and ask, I saw that on your website, you have an accounting analyst position open. How do I apply, or what are some more information that you can tell me, et cetera, et cetera. So the same on Glassdoor, you can type in and then you can see reviews, and then also interview questions, salary information, and the jobs that they have posted here. So again, I would say the best place to look for um, job opening information is directly on their website, on Caltrans website. So if you see this position here, you're interested in it, then I would go back to Caltrans website and see if it's actually still available, because sometimes it's not updated. We have another request about underground construction company. So we'll go back to the booths page, the company events page, and let's look. Where is underground? Here we go. Underground construction company. You click on the booth. You can sign up for slots. And then below here, they have some company description and then positions that they're recruiting for. Project engineer, intern, project engineer, safety representatives, and then also their organization website. I guess this is not current. This is a good example. So now we'll try on Google then. Underground construction. And you'll see their website, Underground Construction Company. And you can look at the careers that they have. Southern California, You can search by location, and even in Arizona, and see what they have available. And then also look at their company, their news. Let's do that with LinkedIn and see. Let's type in construction. So underground construction company here. And then you can look at the jobs that they have posted here. There are no jobs right now. So again, this is why it's best to look directly on their website. And then there are people who works there and have an account. So the most people they have, actually, they're from Cal State Sacramento, from Sac State. So let's see if they have any Fresno State. They have 3 employees. And then when you scroll down, then you can connect with their people. Okay. Do we have any more questions, especially about the fair? I want to, kind of as we wrap up, I want to highlight our Career Center's website. Again, there are a lot of different resources that are here for you. Our YouTube channel, of course, we kind of talked about that, and I posted the link. And then also, if you want to have your resume quickly looked at, we have our virtual cafe here, and the hours are Monday to Friday from 10 to 2. You just click on this banner here, and it will take you directly to our virtual cafe. And either one of our career peer mentors or one of our counselors that are on staff will be able to help you kind of look at your resume quickly and give you some quick tips. And then also, I know right now a lot of people are not only looking for full-time jobs, but also looking for part-time jobs while you are in school. We have here a list of who is hiring locally right now. So they're looking for part-time jobs to fill part-time positions. And if you click on that, it will open in a, you will download a spreadsheet that we keep updated regularly, probably 2 to 3 times a month. We'll add more jobs to it. And it's a list of jobs that you can apply for right now, part-time work that you can work while you're in school. And then make sure you scroll all the way down, and then there is all of these resources that we have here as well that you can use 24/7 at any time that you want. So if there aren't any other questions, we'll wrap up for today. Yeah, so make sure you check out our website and our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can contact us. Our email address is here. It's careers at csufresno.edu, or you can also give us a call or stop by the virtual booth. So thank you everyone for attending. If you have any questions, make sure you contact us, and hopefully we'll see you at the virtual career fair.